I am having the hardest time recording this video today. Like, my eye hurts because I was crochet braiding my hair. I don't like the way my hair looks. Not to mention, I'm really disenchanted with the series now. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. If this is your first time visiting my channel, shine your light with me. Become a ray of sunshine. Click the subscribe button. While you're there, click the notification bell so you're notified of all the videos that I upload. I don't want to get beside myself, but I guess you could tell how I'm feeling about claws right now. Disenchanted, disenthralled, disengaged, dissatisfied, honey, everything. Like, this should be a review. Okay, so let's just recap. Let's talk about it. I'm going to walk you through it. So when the scene opens up, I mean, you've got Virginia laid out on like the gurney looking bed thing at the clinic, and she's telling her story about how she was kidnapped and how she didn't know somebody was in the house and they had taken her. And not only did they take her, but they took her to the swamps, and while they were there, they tied her hands up and her feet up and had her tied to a toilet in the middle of the woods. And it was raining and it was muddy, and on top of that they put peanut butter on her feet. And then boars or pigs started grunting and licking her feet, and then she heard roosters or chickens pecking at her feet, and then there was a goat. And all while she's telling this outlandish ass story, everybody is looking at her like, what the entire fuck is going on? Desna keeps trying to give her cues to shut the fuck up. If the devil is in the details, is pretty much what she's saying. Because you sound stupid. You know, she starts off saying she didn't see what they looked like, and then when she found out that they weren't animals, it was one of those little round ago toy things that make the animal sounds or whatever, she could see that it was people licking her feet. I said, she dumb as rocks. Like, Pop Rock's dumb. Like, stupid dumb. Like, just go sit in the corner and be quiet and rock back and forth like you traumatized. Like, why in the fuck would you come up with some dumbass story? Oh, that's right. She doesn't have all her marbles. She's not too bright. Everything is not there. We should have known that from the jump. They leave there. Her and Desna get in the car. Desna says, you're going with me because you're a flight risk. But not only that, you're stupid as fuck. Why wouldn't you stick with the story that we came up with together? Her dumb ass thought she came up with her own story. And you saw where that got you. Okay? People gawking at you. But, I mean, here's the thing that's upsetting me. Y'all, excuse me. Here's the thing that's upsetting me. She's telling this outlandish story. And the writers make it as if these people are believing her like they're that fucking stupid. Like they're from some fucking small hick town and so stupid that they would believe whatever she would say. Like, that's kind of fucked up if you ask me. Where they do that at? And somebody, one of these actors, should have been like, this story, this plot is sounding real stupid. I mean, is it gonna get better? But we don't. The thing is, we don't want to stay. I'm getting beside myself. So now they take us to an alligator wrestling farm, honey, where Uncle Daddy and Bryce go to talk to the cop, Chip Lauderdale, and retell that same outlandish ass story, including all the way down to the detail of she heard a name and it was tennis, as in the ball. Now he's eating something I love. He's eating that corn from the elote man. Elote. My Spanish friends, my Mexican friends, Latino friends out here would be mad. The elote man. All the mayonnaise and stuff on his face. So the next thing you know, we're at Jen's house, Jen and Bryce's house, and they're having a conversation about whether or not Bryce should help out Uncle Daddy. Now, you know, the wife is all against it. Like, no, not at all. But I didn't really care about what they were saying. Like, I'm telling you, I was now No longer interested. I'm looking at the little black girl saying, now why haven't they given us the story about these children that are the same age? One white girl, one black girl. Are they both adopted? Why do they have her just digging in her nose? Like, I'm like, somebody help me out with this and help me understand what exactly is happening. Please. Because I don't care about nothing else. All of a sudden now I want you to remember, Desna took China Doll, Virginia, home with her. They wake up in the morning and there's Dean being his normal, loving self, has breakfast for her, and she's telling him that old ridiculous story. Tells him the ridiculous story. Dean says he wants to become a bodybuilder like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll be back. Then they go into the salon. She tells her, I'm taking you with me to the salon. They get to the salon. All of the ladies come to work. And they're looking at Virginia over there like, what? And Desna just plainly says, I felt sorry for her. The girl went through a traumatic experience. And I felt like she needed to be here. And that's the end of story. Period. Point blank. This should be a commercial for 7-Up. I love Diet 7-Up, y'all. While they are at the salon, Mandy calls. Mandy the realtor calls and says, Miss Kim says you can't have glitz. She doesn't want to be associated with your kind. And Mandy says, frankly, I don't either. Okay, what's my kind? Tell me, what's my kind? Oh, I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm not about my paper. You gonna judge me by the way I look? Oh, I got something for you. Mandy hangs up on her. But Desna, she's very determined. I'm going to give her that. She's very determined. She's not going to let her dream go. Next thing you know, we're at the shooting range with Uncle Daddy and Bryce. Uncle Daddy talks Bryce into taking over the clinic. And while he's there, he's going to get paid what Roller got paid, which was $10,000 a week. And that's pretty good money. Like, I would do it too. Look who's in Punchinella 47. Me. Look who's in Punchinella 48. But Bryce really shouldn't be doing that because Bryce is a recovering drug addict. Like, why would he be around drugs? Like, that alone right there is making me like ding, 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 ding. Like, the whole time I'm watching. But he agrees to it. And a little further in the episode, Jen asks Desna to help him out to learn the ropes, and Desna says, okay, I'm just putting those together because that's where they go together. So we get back into the salon, and while we're there in the salon, you have Miss Virginia getting pampered, honey, and milking her situation and retelling this exaggerated story and, preying on people's emotions, like sympathy for you and wanting them to do everything for them. And Desna's like, oh, baby, I'm not having it. Come on back here. You look tired. Come on, sit down. Well, on their way, here comes Chip Lauderdale. He wants to talk to Miss Virginia alone. No, Desna, you can't come. So they go in the back. They start talking. She reenacts this story yet again. However, I told you, or maybe I didn't, Chip is like, this story don't really sit right. Like, it don't make no sense. Chickens and hogs and goats and shit and walking down, So he's asking for all the details. Where you were, what highway. She talks about she goes into this one beef, some kind of corner store. Desna comes in, interrupts. Now, I want to tell you that Miss Virginia is using all her feminine wiles, honey, on the officer. Everything she got, she's sucking on that old ring pop, giving him that old them eyes and shit. Like, men sometimes could be a little naive and get pulled into that kind of stupid shit. Fellas, be careful. Be careful, because women are seductress. We can definitely seduce you if we want to, no matter what the situation is. So be wise, okay? That's like real talk. Like, I was looking at that going, yeah, using what God gave her, because she ain't got no brains. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Okay, so Desna comes back and she says, here you go with all these details. Pretty much the details, the devil is in the details. Like, you shouldn't be giving so much information, especially shit that they can go check out, like this corner store. So we need to get to the corner store before the officer gets to the corner store. So here we are at the corner store. Desna tries to bribe him with $25. He's like, nope, I ain't never seen her. I didn't see her yesterday for no $25. I didn't see her. She said, how about for a hum? How about for a hum? Hum equates to blowjob, fellatio. Honey, she goes and takes her little tramp ass in the back and gives him head. Now, this man looks dirtier than dirty. I mean, but I guess it's her, I guess you got to do what you got to do in order to protect yourself. But I mean, she was quick to offer up that BJ, baby. Like, real quick. And there's people in real life like that. Like, have no qualms about it. Like, I don't know you, I just met you, and this is going to help me get what I need. And come to find out, Miss Virginia was good at giving head. They were in and out of there in no time. And then, you got Desna giving her the mama bear speech about how she doesn't have to do that. And Virginia said, I've always done it to get my way, to get the things that I want. And Desna's trying to give her that pep talk that you're more than that, you're worth more than that, blase, 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 But, China Doll, she ain't hearing it. She ain't hearing it. She using what she got to get what she want. Ladies, don't be that way. Ladies, don't be that way. You got a lot of brains. You got a lot of talent. Use that. Don't be just sucking and fucking your way up. So, we end up on the beach. We end up on the beach with Quiet Ann and Dean. Quiet Ann is to give Dean fitness lessons, to help him become a bodybuilder so he looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. But interrupted by Quiet Ann's little conquest that is a stalker, saying she called 27 times. And she's all like, damn, don't you get the hint? And then Dean wanders off while she's catering to the need of this woman that's addicted to her. Dean ends up wandering off. Now, remember I told you that Jen had asked Desna to train Bryce? Well, this is when she did it. Yeah, she did it with her loyalty speech and being a friend, and I really need you, and remember that one time we did this? I mean, that's what friends do, and it really looked like a genuine scene. I think that was probably one of my favorite things to see in the whole episode, was that little camaraderie right there. That and one other thing. Oh, baby, two of them. At this time, Desna gets a phone call from Uncle Daddy to come down to Shishi's, the strip club. While she's there, Bryce is there, Uncle Daddy is there, a.k.a. Clay. And she just comes in and says, Jen already talked to me. I agreed to it. It's fine. I'm only going to do it for a week, only for a little while until you find it, whatever. And that's also what Bryce says. Only for a little while, and then we're out. We go back to the scene of the beach, and Quiet Ann finds Dean, and she's all like, looks frantic, like, I done lost my friend's autistic brother. Oh my God. And he's like in his own world doing whatever he's doing with the sand and the stick, very concentrated on what he's doing. And she's all like, Dean, where were you? He said, I want Desna to give me a real trainer. You were preoccupied with the shenanigans, because he didn't want to hear about no munching, no pillow princesses. He didn't want to hear no shit about that. He was like pretty much gross. I'm going away. You're preoccupied. Desna needs to get me a real trainer. Oh, when they were in the club at Shishi's, the cop walks in and she leaves, but she overhears him saying that the story checks out, that she was seen at that corner store. So that was key. I needed to go back and tell you that. Earlier, when I told you Mandy had said, I'm not going to represent you. I don't want your clientele. Desna followed it up with a phone call because she really wanted Mandy, who's quote unquote the hottest, chicest, best real estate agent there is in that county. The receptionist kind of blows her off. So she says, well, I'm going to show up at this fancy shindig that she's giving. She shows up, and of course Mandy is in shock, in awe, and appalled that Desna would just walk on up in here like she was invited. Mandy is about to tell her how she feels about it as Desna pleads her case, and honey, a bride and her bridal party walks up and starts raving. Let me tell you who she calls Sarah Kiki Kelly. Sarah Kiki Kelly, come here, look at her nails. That's exactly what she said. And they raved about her aquamarine nails. Desna used her business sense, her savvy, and went ahead and used it as an opportunity to market herself. She said this would make a great bridal party. And she was right. It did. She talked her into it, and they agreed to it for the next day at 4 or whatever day at 4. So she was excited. So then all of a sudden, you are in where the next day, Desna goes and gives Bryce like a 15-minute tutorial, tells her don't call me unless it's an emergency, but don't have an emergency. Gives him a quick little run around. Then she goes over to the shop because she's got this 4 o'clock appointment with these ladies, and she wants to show them a good time and that she deserves, you know, she's kind of trying to show Mandy that I'm well worth it. Mandy's all sitting there like the bitch she is, like, where have you been? And she ain't been there but a second. So they go in and they doing nails, and she's offering refreshments or whatever. And things end up going really well. So well that they miss their other appointment, and they end up going to Shishi's to finish off the bridal shower. That's it, not the bridal party, but the bridal shower. And they have a good time. It turns from a bridal shower to a bachelorette party. But while they're at Shishi's and twerking and stuff up on the stage, an incident happens in the clinic. You've got somebody having a seizure. While they're having a seizure, the delivery man comes in. Pretty much, they get robbed for all of the supplies in the clinic. There's nothing left. They wipe them out. Period. The guy with the seizure gets up and walks out. That's it. Now, fast forward back to Shishi's. She gets a call from Clay. Clay says, come on over here now and bring Blondie. They get there and they find out, they, as in Desna and Jen, find out that the clinic had been robbed. And now Uncle Daddy's like, all 4 of you need to pay me back. Bryce, Desna, Jen, and the doctor say, all y'all owe me 80 grand. That's how much it came up to. You owe me 80 grand. But I'm looking at this. I told you I'm distracted. Like, on the side, you've got Uncle Daddy's wife and then the boy toy. Like, I'm all like, what the fuck is that about? Like, I be so confused by some of the shit that's going on. I just don't understand. You know, I want to say, during the bridal shower, we find out that Quiet Ann was married to a man who was a Yale professor, and they both were sleeping with the TA. I thought that was a nice little tidbit to show that she was really once a girly girl. And really, while Uncle Daddy was going off on them, I was like, well, I don't understand why you upset. You knew what you was getting into. You knew that your youngest nephew's son was not with the business. You knew he was a drug addict, recovering drug addict, excuse me. You knew that he wasn't really business savvy like that. He wasn't with the business. I was looking at him the whole time like, what? You sound real crazy. Like, why are you mad at them? And now they got to pay you that money back. But baby, just as I was thinking that, oh, not quite, just as I was thinking that. So Mandy ends up calling Desna and says, the salon, I'm going to be your representation. We're going to find you a salon. I stand behind your dream. But the shocker came at the end. I was thinking that this just wasn't right. It wasn't. It was all a setup. It was all a setup. Uncle Daddy had paid those 2 people to come in and rob the place. Do the seizure as a distraction. Come in and take all the product. I'm going to give you some money. My mouth was hanging open. That was probably about the best thing happening on the whole episode. That was the best thing happening on the whole episode. So I'm just here to tell you, like, I'm not sure if I'm here for this. Power started today, and I'm all like, maybe I should start doing reviews of Power. What do you think? Do you want me to keep going with Claws? You know, once I commit to something, I commit to something. And this is getting on my nerves, though. Like, I'm disenchanted. I keep telling y'all. What did y'all think about the episode? Are you really watching this with me, or have you fallen off too? Tell me. Let me know in my comments below. Thank you so much for watching my review of Claws Season 1, Episode 3. Give me your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know if you think I should keep going or not. Again, if you aren't already, become a ray of sunshine and click the subscribe button. But if you already shine in your light with me, I am grateful to and for you. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I will see you on the next video.